Okay, so I want to end this final introduction, which has been quite a long video, but a necessary one, on the life coaching skills. Now, this is very similar to, goes hand in hand with the key traits of an effective coach. So the first one being ability to listen. And the three main levels of listening. And listening actually to be a good listener actually takes a lot of practice. Especially in life coaching, where it's important to be an active listener. So the three main types are subjective listening, which is where listening which relates to us, so basically an everyday style of listening. Then you have objective listening, which is a deeper form of listening, where the focus is on another person. And then finally, active listening. Now this is key for life coach. So this is where you listen to everything the client is saying, you remember it, and reflect it back through in summary. And this takes a lot of practice. Naturally and intuitively, this means that the coach can pick up on any consistencies between what the client says and how they behave and look, so their body language. And one way to listen attentively and to tune into the pace and tone of your client is to actually mirror them. A second key skill for a life coach is ability to emphasize. So we've mentioned this before, and empathy is very important in coaching. Coaches must be able to understand, or try and understand the client, and to have an understanding of what they feel and negate judging the client. Which leads on to the next point, which is the third point, which is being non-judgmental. We need to cast out any form of judgment towards the client. We don't know exactly what they've lived through, and so it's important for us to show the client that they are valued and not being judged for what they have said. The fourth point would be being confidential and discreet. So it's important to abide by ethical boundaries and guidelines. So this means that the coach should be discreet, maintaining a level of confidence with the client at all times. It should be in the coaching agreement that there's a confidentiality agreement, so that there is anything that is said between the client and the coach should not be revealed to any third parties unless there's a breach of harm. The fifth point would now be being objective. So this kind of feeds into the non-judgment aspect of being a coach. So you should not let your own values and beliefs influence your coaching. You need to remain objective and detach yourselves emotionally from the client for the sake of boundaries, and must not give advice to a client beyond what the client has inquired. For example, if the client would like information, say, on local services to help develop the artistic flair, you can give advice on where that local service is, but you cannot tell them if it's the right or wrong thing to do. So that's it on terms of life skills. Coaching, life coaching skills, which ties into the effect being an effective life coach. So that's it from me. It's been a very long-winded video, but hopefully the next steps get a bit more interesting. This was just an introduction into what life coaching is, what is expected, what's expected from the life coach, and why do people need it. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next unit, which we will go into. We'll go into the pathways to success, So that is identifying success and barriers to success.